Hey guys, on this video I'm going to show you when to change gears. When it comes to changing gears, it's all about listening to the engine, also knowing what car you drive as well, how much you can handle in a certain gear. So like right now I'm in gear 2, I'm doing 20 miles an hour and the revs are just between 1 and 2, which is perfect, it's ideal. And the engine sounds good as well, it doesn't sound like it's straining or it doesn't sound like it's struggling. So that's how I know I'm in the correct gear. But you see, so now the guys in front are stopping. I'm braking right now and it still feels okay, but then when I brake a bit more like now, it starts to shake because it's gone below 1000 RPMs and it was going a bit rumbly. So now I can keep it in gear 1. I'm just going to let this car come out because I keep clear there anyway. And I'm going to keep it in gear 1 for now. And then when I move forward, there's nothing for me to like change into 2 for because everyone's stopped, the traffic light's still red, so I can just keep it in gear 1 and you can see the rev counter again is between 1 and 2, which is ideal. But when you go really slowly in one, you need to press the clutch down like now. If I didn't press my clutch down, I would have stalled there. Now I can move on again, and then once I get to like 10 miles an hour, I can hear the engine's making quite a bit of noise and the rev counter's gone way above 2, so I can go into gear 2 now. Then you see when you change, it goes back down again to between 1 and 2 again, which is ideal. So this is where you want to be, with where your rev counter should be most of the time. The only change is really when you like on the dual carriage, which I'll show you in a bit. So right now it's good in gear 2, and then I'm slowing down because now the traffic is stopped up ahead there. So I'm thinking already about going into gear 1 because I can't keep it. So right now the car's rumbling right now, and I need to go clutch down into gear 1, and the guards are moving up ahead, so I can carry on now but in gear 1. And then now it's making lots of noises, nearly on 3. I can go into gear 2 and then a bit more gas. So you see now it's gone above, the rev counter's gone above 2, then I can go into gear 3. Yeah, so you can look at the rev counter, but I wouldn't recommend looking at that too much because you want to be focusing more on the road. But the more you drive your car anyway, you won't need to look at that rev counter. I'm just showing you this as an example as to when you need to change up. I'm in gear 3 right now, but I'm approaching a roundabout, and we don't really approach roundabouts in gear 3. We're approaching gear 2. It's just more control. So I'm in gear 2 already. I'm going straight. I'm just going to keep it nice and steady here. And then once I'm through, I'm looking ahead as well to see if I need to go into 3. Right now, there's traffic up there. I'm not even doing 20 miles an hour yet, but everyone's slowing down, so I won't need to go into gear 3 for now. I'm not even thinking about going into gear 1 actually. I've got that in my mind in case these guys slow down some more, but it looks like they're moving now. They've stopped. Definitely going to gear 1 because if I don't, the car's going to stall. We're on a bit of a slope here, so if you're not too comfortable with controlling the clutch, you can use your handbrake on your test. So the handbrake on, bit of gas, biting point, and then release the handbrake. And so let this guy go past first. I was gonna go into gear 2, but then he starts slowing down, but now I can. And then into gear 2. And this man's walked in front of the car. So normally I'll probably be going a bit faster on this, but there's lots happening. So when there's lots happening around you as well, that's when you want to be thinking about whether do you really want to change into a higher gear at that point there. So like for instance, that guy in front of me is braking, that's going to affect me. Then the light's changing as well, so I wouldn't need to go into 3 at that point there in this car anyway. And I can, once I've stopped, remember, don't forget to go back into gear 1. This is a fault a lot of learners make. They don't remember to go back into gear 1 and then they try to move off in gear 2. Whenever you've stopped, you want to be in gear 1 for the next bit, because if you try to move off in gear 2, there's a strong chance that you will stall the car. Like again here, I'm just keeping it in gear 1 for now, but once I can see that van ahead of me is going a bit faster, I can go into gear 2. Because if I kept in gear 1 for too long, you hear the engine making lots of noise, screaming almost, and you're not going to get that much power from the gas as well. So when you're pressing the gas loads, but you're hearing just lots of noise, but it's not really going anywhere, you're probably in the wrong gear for that. You need to change into a higher one. And you've noticed I've been in gear 1 and 2 most of the time around here because it's busy. Gear 3 is mainly for when you've got like an open road and you can go a bit faster, which I'm hoping to get in a bit, and I'll show you what I mean. So again, before the car rumbles too much, I'm going to go into gear 1. This is just, you don't have to go into gear 1 before you stop, but this is just so you can be prepared for the next bit. Just makes it easier for you to not forget to go back into gear 1. Just moving off smoothly. Then I can go into gear 2. I think there's some people that have the impression that you're not allowed to change gears when you're going through like a junction, like that traffic light situation. I think it's in Canada. I had a learner from Canada saying that you're not allowed to do that over there. But over here you can change it anywhere. You can change gear anytime really, just as long as you do it safely. So now I'm going a bit uphill as well. So normally I'd be in 3 by now, but because I'm going uphill, I'm going to leave it a bit longer. I want a bit more gas first before I go into 3. And then once it gets to the top, then I can go into 3, because the higher gears are going to be, they're not ideal for going up hills. The car will struggle a bit more in the higher gears. So you want to sometimes leave it in the lower gear for a bit longer. So if you're going up a really steep hill, leave it in the lower gear until you get a bit more speed, and then change into to the higher gear. So right now I'm in 3rd, but I'm not touching any pedals right now because the car's just going at the speed that I need it to. But now I can slow down a bit because it's getting a bit narrower here because there's traffic coming through as well. So I'm just going to slow it down. I'm doing about 20 miles an hour, but it's okay still in gear 3. But soon I will need to change into a lower gear, but there's traffic jam in front of me. So instead of going into 2, I'm just going to go straight into gear 1. So you know, you can gear down from 3, 2, 1, but if there's a stationary traffic in front of you, sometimes it just makes more sense to go straight into gear 1. So I'm moving off obviously in gear 1, and then before I turn I can actually go into 2 here because of the speed I'm doing. I can actually go into gear 2 and then make the turn in gear 2. Once I get here, and I want to get lots of speed really quickly because it's a 50 mile an hour road, so I can actually go really quick in gear 2 and then go into 3rd. So now I'm doing about 40 miles an hour, and then I can gear down to 4th. So you see, that way I can build up the speed quicker if I leave it in the lower gears. And now I'm doing going to gear 5 because I'm doing 50 miles an hour. And you see the rev counter there is just between 1 and 2, which is where you want it to be. So this is I'm in 5th gear right now, which is the highest gear I can be in. But if we were to go on a faster road, like on a 70 mile an hour road, and I'll show you now what I mean, the rev might be a bit higher, but that's going to be okay because we're in the highest gear that we can be in. So right now I'm seeing all these signs to slow down and sharp bends. I'm in 5th gear at the moment. I'm gonna get down into 4th because I can hear the engine's making like a really low humming noise. It's really bassy, so there the engine's probably gonna start struggling soon. But now I'm coming up to a slip road where I'm gonna join, and I can see the sign already for national speed there, which means 70 miles an hour. So I'm gonna build up my speed, so I'm gonna match the speed with these guys over there. So I'm gonna go into 5th now, and then I'm gonna check my mirrors, signal. Checking my mirror, I'm going to check my blind spot mirror as well, but there's no one there. And then I can join. So right now I'm doing just a 65, and you can see the rev meter has gone, rev counter has gone above 2. And I'll overtake these guys. Okay, this car's decided to overtake in the last second. So you see I'm doing nearly 70 now. Just going to go back to the middle lane. So I'm doing 70, and the rev counter is between 2 and 3. So this is okay because this is the highest gear I can be. I'm in 5th gear right now. I can't go any higher than this. Then I come off the next exit, so I'm looking at the markers there. Once I get to the 200-yard marker, I'm going to signal left. Remember, I'm in 5th gear at the moment, so I'm just going to start thinking about slowing down. Once I come off the slip road, once I get to the slip road, I'm going to start slowing down loads because you see there's a sharp bend there, so I'm going to reduce my speed loads. Remember, I'm in 5th gear. That's not going to be good for slowing down too much, so I'm going to get into 3rd gear because I'm doing about 20 miles an hour and cancel my signal. The speed limit is there saying 10 miles an hour, so I'm just going to reduce my speed a bit more. You don't want to slam your brakes just because you see a speed limit at the last second, because there could be someone behind you. You want to be checking the mirrors to see who's next to you, so you don't stop too harshly. So now I'm just doing 10 miles an hour in gear 2. I'm not really pressing anything, and when you're in this sort of gear, when you're in gear 2, it will do about 10 miles an hour without you pressing anything, but it's rumbling a bit as well. So I'm just going to add a tiny bit of gas just to smooth it out a little bit. So at the moment, not going too fast because it's still quite bendy around here, and I can see the motorways over there. Slip road's going to be leading to it just over there now. So once I get to like the slip road here, I can start adding a bit more gas. But there's a car going quite slowly in the lane there, which is a bit weird. So I'm just gonna be careful of him. I'm going to the other lane. That's a bit weird. I don't know why it's going that slowly, but I can't go that slowly because I need to match the speed of these guys over here. And luckily there's no one. I can carry on. So you see that I'm building up a lot of speed in the low gears, but now I'm in 5th gear already and I'm doing 17 miles an hour now. I don't need to do anything else. I'm still thinking about all the time what gear I'm in, so if something happens further down, I can be prepared by gearing down. Okay, so I'm seeing lots of signs telling me to reduce my speed. The motorway is coming to an end. There's a roundabout coming up. Loads of signs warning us that something's coming up ahead. So I'm just going to start braking gently, remembering that I'm still in gear 5. And as I get to the end, so these are markers counting down how far the junction is. So now it's like 200 yards away after this marker here. So I'm just going to reduce my speed a bit more, check and see who's around me. And so we've got a speed limit there of 30 miles an hour and a giveaway sign as well. So I'm just going to go into 3rd gear for now, just so I can bring my speed down gradually. And then I'm going to approach it and I'm stopping, so I'm going to go into gear 1. I was going to go into gear 2, but then this car was stopping, so there wasn't any point going into gear 2 there. You can see that it's clear. I can carry on now. So once you come off the motorway, you need to be very careful how fast you're going, because remember, that's a fast road, and now we're on a normal 30 mile an hour road. You don't want to speed up too quickly. So now I'm doing 30 miles an hour already, and because it's really easy to not realize how fast you're actually going if you're not careful. I can go into gear 1 because I'm stopped now, so I can move off smoothly in gear 1.